This is it. We're live. One of the most important games that I have ever played in my entire life. Let me see if I can refresh the stream before I pick my character and log in. We're gonna go on Emerald Dream. And I think I'm gonna play my druid. Even though it only shows that he has one dagger, I can promise you he's got more than that. And we are live for the first time ever. You have no idea. 15 years, 13 years I've been on YouTube, and I procrastinated playing this game, live streaming it, because I just didn't think, you know, that I could ever make this channel work. And so far, in the couple of months I've been working on it, it's working a million times better than I ever thought. So after doing my very first live stream just a few days ago, I figured, you know what? How about I do a little bit of random gameplay? Live streaming, one of my all-time favorite games in the entire world, that I sadly don't get to play too often for money reasons. And I only have about 60 hours left on my account. Now, it's been already about 3 or 4 days since I've played. I've been live streaming Generation Zero and some other games.
This area is filled with
Let's
natural
just
resources
kinda
and interesting alchemical reagents we can put to good use. Recover some of those valuables.
Let's just see what's going on. First of all, my character has to log in there. Wow, this is so crazy. Even though there's only like one person watching, or if there's even anybody in here, that is perfectly fine. It feels amazing to be playing this game. I want to look and see if I can improve my item level just a little bit. I am looking for a better weapon, but it's always an intellect balance weapon for a balanced druid or caster. Restoration. We never seem to get anything in relation to feral. Every time I've logged in, these are daily quests that you get for the one person that might be watching. And it is a little bit frustrating. So I have a 355 item level. Some people are 400, 420. Good for them. So we're just going to go down this list. And we are going to start with this island, sorry, and we're just going to kind of zoom in a bit and take a peek and see what I should go for. I'm thinking this. That's probably what I should do. War campaign, no. Druskvar. Balance of power. Yeah, I'm not going to be doing that for a while. So that is why. Sorry, give me a second here. I'm trying to figure out how I'm even going to get there. A little bit slow. I should have looked into this prior. Yeah, let's just go here to start. Let's go to the flight path. My goodness, this game has changed an immense amount over the years. There we go. That's the ring I'll go for. It's a guaranteed drop if I do it. So it might take a couple of minutes. We're going to end up flying there. But, you know, for maybe anybody who's ever played World of Warcraft, or maybe currently does, and they're just curious about this area of the map, it's pretty amazing. We are in a new location for those that might have been out of touch with World of Warcraft for quite a few years. We've got Kalimdor, Eastern Kingdoms, good old Pandaria, Wrath of the Lich King's Northrend, Legion and all that's Broken Isle, and now we've got Zandalar and Kultiris. for the newest expansion. The graphics have certainly gotten better in a lot of areas over the years. On some places, not quite so much on the leaves. Some of the branches in some of the areas of the trees, you have to understand, they started building this game almost like 18 years ago, pushing on 2 decades. Like, these don't look so bad, right? World of Warcraft has its own very unique style of graphics, and it can be a very beautiful game. But if you look for the flaws, it can be pretty ugly. See, like, these leaves are really nice, but there's some of the branches, they just look like someone took a piece of brown chalk and just scribbled in the branch, right? So alright, then we have to look. Balance of power, I can. There, just enter the cave. Simple as that. I got a little add-on that kind of
people of Stormsong deserve to feel
helps
safe
me a
and
little
secure.
bit. This special cat form that you see if you're familiar with World of Warcraft, I actually got it from a Mage Tower challenge.
Goldfield says he could use your help.
Back in
Raids
the
on
last
his farm haven't
expansion.
stopped, and he's running short on supplies.
We just have to wait for this creature to reappear. So normally I am a Worgen, but this skin, any race, any faction can look like this exact cat if you did the Mage Tower challenge from last expansion. It was actually quite difficult. It was unbelievable. But yeah, this game is just something. Let me just kill this guy for the fun of it.
You cannot stop us!
And then you could see the animation for the cat, if you're familiar with the druid, with the very pronounced animation. It was not like that back in the old days, when you had the old cat form. See the very pronounced, you can really tell that he's really swinging in there. All the moves used to be the same. It used to be just like the double paw, and that was the only animation that you got, and it was quite boring. You couldn't change colors of your cat, your kitty cat. You couldn't do nothing. Now you've got a lot more variety in recent memory over the last several years. I guess I'll just kill him, get him over and done with.
You're pretty hard to kill. A lot harder than that foe.
So see, these are world quests again that you get for... Oh, I guess I do have to kill them. So these world quests will give you that guaranteed item when you complete it, and then you slowly build up your item level within reason. So most people, when they hit level 120, which is the maximum, okay, you'll normally be around the 310 mark. Oh boy. See, there's a druid there. There's a bear druid. In bear form. It's got a different skin. So you'll be normally around the 300 mark. And getting to about 340, 350 is not too bad. Once you start getting around the 350 mark, I got my troll rogue up to about 375. And it's just unbelievable. Because most of the things that you do in this game, like getting all these items, they scale with you. So like that ring that I got that was 360, it could have been 400 if I was closer to 400, right? And then you sort of just take this 360 and kind of go, well, versatility and crit. Versatility and mastery. Yeah, so whatever. So I could just replace it with, Oh, it says I can't... You gotta be kidding me. There we go. And I'm still at 355. That means I might have to grab another piece that's a few more points just to get 356. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's very subtle. It's very slow.
I have many, many wares.
Get rid of that.
Oh, I have just the thing. Wonderful.
See? The cat form. If I wanted to, I could change all these different cat forms. And even within the red one, if I wanted to, I could be the blue one. That's actually the Mage Tower challenge. The red one I actually got from doing a bunch of heroic dungeons or whatever. It was actually fairly... It was fairly easy to get. See, that's a bad guy. That's okay, though. Not every player of the opposing faction is always out to kill you as soon as they see you. So I just wanted to do a few world quests. And now that I'm stealthed, I got all these add-ons that show me all this junk, right? So I can kind of look and see. Obviously, I'm not going to grab that. I have something better. 350 belt. I got a 360 belt. And then I can just sort of kind of... I can kind of just compare, sorry. This one will give me a guaranteed 355 piece, but that's my average. So that doesn't really do much for me. 355 pants, I got 355 pants. So we'll go to the other island. It's a little bit more dangerous. That's where the Horde predominantly are. We got 370 boots. So that could be good. But it wants me to do a dungeon in order to get it. My weapon's not too bad, 355, but I got a 370 on my rogue. So this is where I'm trying to debate. See, 355, no. 360 pants. I could maybe do that one. Kind of go like that. What I'm hoping is my add-on is going to tell me, sorry if this is really slow. There we go. I usually have to actually click on it. There we go. 360 pants. There, Hearth to Nazmir. Because the leveling add-on that I have makes it that if I'm like really stressed out and I don't want to think, it'll just tell me the quickest way to get somewhere. So I'm not diddle-daddling for nothing. So I don't have too long on the stream. I've already been streaming for 15 minutes. Not too much has gone on, but this game can be slower paced, right? It's not always high action. Unless, of course, you're doing arena PvP. In which case, you're going to be expecting it to be a lot more like, well, fast action. Loading can be a little slow. I may have to install this game on my SSD. But it's such a large game, like 70-something gigs, and I only have about 80 gigs left on my SSD.
The universe is full of mystery.
See, here it just tells me where to go. I don't even have to think. It's a beautiful thing. So on topic, but on a different note, I'm actually quite impressed to see that World of Warcraft is actually in the top 10 for one of the most viewed popular games, period, that gets streamed on Twitch. A 15-year-old game that has been on a serious decline since the Wrath of the Lich King days, but yet it's still up there. But the people that live stream that are really popular, there's like Asmongold and Hazel Nutty Girl or something, and a few other people, Soda Poppin' and Swifty. They're kind of like your classic originals that have been around for years. But I'm not trying to compete with those guys, right? My live streams are a little bit more unconventional, I believe. That can either be a good thing or a bad thing. Because I'm not about trying to be the best player, right? I just want to have fun, talk with people, and just have a good time. It's really that simple. You're not going to see any high rating PvP and me killing 20 people in one shot. I used to live and breathe this game 18 hours a day.
As naturally as a choking vine.
18 hours a day I used to play this game. That's all I did. I didn't do anything else. Ooh. Now, because he's a 122, this guy's not going to be a pushover. So what I may have to do... I'm actually going to go and activate my tank spec. So we won't be the flashy kitty anymore. We're just going to be this random guy. And we'll just kind of see how it plays out. Might take a few minutes to kill him, but kind of comes with the territory. I'll zoom out a little bit so people can get a better look. Yeah, so notice how the other elite I killed with the silver dragon around his name, if you can even see it, yeah. How much easier it was for me to kill. You can tell how this one, it's completely different. Like, this is pretty brutal. It's gonna take me like 10 minutes. So, to make sure that that does not happen, let me go ahead and see if I can find a group. This is also an add-on. But I'm not dying that quickly, so... Search for a group. Right. Just like that. That way, if there's anybody else in the world, it doesn't even matter what server they're on. They see that call, they'll ask to join. Just to get a little extra DPS in there. Oh, there we go. He didn't answer the call, but there's another druid right there, see? He's in cat form. He managed to get aggro there. Someone has answered the call, we'll invite them. And away we go. Look how much quicker that is now. You can see the aggro's on me, Shadowfax. Oh, wow. A lot of people won in this. I want to make sure I'm keeping the proper threat. See, this is the fun part, the socializing, right? Even though I'm talking to one person on YouTube, that's okay. I don't care if it's 1,000 or 2 people, or 1. Doesn't really matter.
Another threat snuffed out.
There we go.
And another victory for the Alliance.
And just like that. See, there's my regular cat form if I didn't have that, that artifact power from the last expansion. Oh, sorry. Delist a group. This is what my cat form would normally look like. But I could change that as well if I wanted. But because I was in Guardian spec, it is exclusive to the cat form for Feral, for DPS. Anyways, that kind of gives you a bit of that. 360, 355. See, we've gone up 1 point. So my ring went up 5 points, my pants went up 5 points, that's 10 points in item levels, if you will, like a number, but I actually only went up 1 overall item level to 356. So now maybe you could see how long it takes to get to 375 and 400. And once you get to 375, it really starts to die down. When you're 375, you're not really going to see a lot of 380s. Even though world quests like this that refresh every so often, they don't go past 400. But to get to the next tier, you know what I mean? Like, I won't see items that are 370 or even 365 until I bring up my overall average quite a bit higher. And that is the sad reality. So I am just trying to think. I don't have too much more time. Let's just quickly see if there's anything around 360. That's in the dungeon, and I have 3 days left to do that. So I'm not going to worry about doing a dungeon right now. Although that would be a nice tiny little boost. We don't need that weapon. We actually really don't need that much more. What I will do... I think I'm just going to do a little bit of questing. Just some random questing in a zone called Drustvar, I think. And the reason for that is I'm actually trying to unlock a new race. It's called an allied race in World of Warcraft. And it's just a new playable race, plain and simple, but there are prerequisites to it. You gotta get aligned with, like, certain factions, and you have to get exalted reputation with them. You have to get lore master for this region, and you have to do all the quests, all the storylines. They're basically achievements that you gotta do. So if you're playing like on Xbox, you know, like the achievements and stuff like that, or how you get a gold or a platinum on like PlayStation 4. It's kind of the equivalent to that, but instead of just getting a useless trophy, you actually get something that you can do in the game. Which is why I'm not a fan of trophies in video games. They don't do nothing for me. When I play the game, you can actually see just by looking at me that I did the achievement, right? If I'm playing a console game, there's nothing in those games that you're visually going to see. Unless you're playing, like, obviously, like Call of Duty or something like that. So this is a bit of a glitch. Every time you load in right away, even though I'm supposed to be like a bird, it'll look like I'm in my humanoid Worgen form. And I always get a kick out of that, and it looks like I'm swimming through the air. It'll just take a minute before it kind of like renders in everything. I always think that's kind of funny. I do have some nice mounts. I actually just got this mount from a rare enemy. A flying bat. I thought that was pretty neat. And then I also got this rocket. Oh, I went through the ground there. That can actually carry another person on him. If they were like a low level and they needed some help with like getting flight paths or getting from one area to the next, I could just fly. Some of the achievements I'm looking to do will actually allow me to fly in the newest expansion. Right? Because every expansion now, you can't fly until almost a year after the expansion, and you got to do a bunch of little achievements to have the right to be able to fly in that new zone. They want to keep people grounded. So it keeps the game feeling kind of more alive rather than everybody just flying off on their own from place to place. Well, after 25 minutes, 7 p.m., and that's okay. I don't even know, is there still someone in here? I know it says one watching, but I don't know if that's me. Sometimes I have a feeling like it's recording me. But, whatever. It is definitely my least popular stream, but you know what? That's okay. I've already done about 17 of these, believe it or not, in just the last few days, a bunch of streams. I usually get maybe 5-10 people, whatever. Not a big deal. But it gives you an idea, though, when I'm playing Call of Duty, when I'm playing Generation Zero, Days Gone, they tend to be a little bit more popular. So this is kind of like the new hub for the Alliance. Fly to Drustvar. Well, first off, I'm going to go here. There's a little bit of lag there. That kind of happens. These are war campaign missions that you do with your NPCs. So this is my team. They went out and did some stuff. They can get me extra rep. And that can help unlock allied races, other playable races in the game. Like that's a dwarf, a gnome, a Nightborn, or whatever. So those are always important to do. 436. So see, these are like some of my random followers. And then I'll say 25% chance. 115. There we go, that's good. Boom, that's done. No, there's a Worgen Rogue. I actually had a Worgen Rogue before. I forget what those weapons are. The Dread Blades, right. Anyhow. Oh. I said I was gonna go quest. You see how quickly I changed my mind? We actually have the portal to Darkshore, but I don't have the quest. So those are actually a dynamic battle system that occur between the Horde and Alliance. They'll kind of flip-flop to the old zones from back in the day. So Darkshore is like a very old zone, but you can do these rares and sometimes get a little bit of Azerite, which actually helps with your Heart of Azeroth, which is a dynamic item level. Dynamic item whose item level goes up as you do more quests and you get the Azerite power. It's almost like an experience bar. Here it is here. Artifact power. And you get so many points every time you do a quest, every time you kill a rare, anytime you do anything. And it just slowly goes up and up and up, and I think 50 is the max. And obviously every time it goes up one, your item level slightly goes up and, right, kind of carries you through. But there's nothing really interesting that's going on over there, to be honest, so I'm probably not going to bother. Now, I may get lost, because I'm actually, like I said, I haven't played much this expansion. And I've mainly been playing Horde. I've been playing me Troll Roguemon. That was terrible voice acting, and that's why I don't have a career in voice acting.
Good day to you.
Yeah, so we'll just go there. Oh, we got 2 people now. Creeping in. Just about to hit the half-hour mark. I'll probably have to go relatively quick. Relatively soon. I'll probably just fly over and maybe try to do a quest, depending on how long it takes. Nothing too fancy. But you get a little bit of an idea of what World of Warcraft looks like and some of the little differences that you can do nowadays if you used to play back in the day. A lot of people I know that play World of Warcraft, or sorry, that watch streams or know of World of Warcraft, they've all kind of like at one time played, and it was all like over a decade ago. So this can maybe show them kind of how it looks like now.
This area is filled with natural resources and interesting alchemical reagents we
Oh,
can put
that's
to good
wonderful.
use. Recover some.
Collect a bug-catching jar. Well, okay then. Well, I think that might be it there. So again, just a subtle thing. Notice how that item level, that quest item was highlighted. That's a newer thing in recent years. See that thing glowing in the background? See even the fact that it's showing me where to go and do the quest? Right here, and if I click on it, it'll just show you the area. The zone that you need to be in. World of Warcraft was not like that. And speaking of not like that, World of Warcraft Classic is coming back with no expansions. I believe at the end of August, at the end of the summer, which I think was a stupid idea. All the kids will be starting to go back to school, and original classic World of Warcraft, or how some people call it vanilla, which I think is kind of silly. Vanilla is a flavor. No less than chocolate. Who decided it was going to be vanilla and not chocolate? I'm just saying. I get why they call it vanilla, I'm just being a smartass. We're taking a little bit of damage, but that's okay. If I had, oh, I don't know, 320, 320 item level, I probably wouldn't have made it. I would have had to have tried a lot harder. Probably would have died. Oh. Oh, this little gnome priest is in danger. Oh. I missed the fun. Little gnome bastard. He's not even gonna help. Little turd. So again, very basic stuff. Fetch questing. Go over here, kill that. But, you know, it builds on a story, and I don't find it boring. Monotonous, perhaps, yes, but I do find that in some ways the game is a lot better than what it used to be, but also worse than what it used to be. Yeah, so I think I'll just do this quest and then I'll kind of wrap things up a little bit. That Hemi guy that just logged on, he's an old friend I've known for... Oh, there we go. He's an old friend I've known for... That was interesting. That was a Night Elf rogue. Actually, one of my first characters with it was a Night Elf rogue. But because of my OCD, I didn't like their melee animation. So I had to re-roll, as the expression goes, and play a different race. So you see that very pronounced swipe. The old-style druids, like I said, were very boring to look at. They were very, very bland. As we can tell, the drop rate on this quest item's not that high. That could be a little annoying. For the one person that's in the stream, I know that not everybody always wants to chat, and sometimes people just want to watch, and that's fine. Are you able to tell me, though, if the game volume is too loud in comparison to my voice? Or is my voice loud enough that you can hear what I'm saying even through a battle? Because PC gaming, Switch games, PS4 games, Xbox games, believe it or not, all their volumes, by default, they're all a little bit different. So even though I use OBS to record and I leave it on the same, which is only at 40% game volume, the Nintendo Switch is actually the loudest of all of them. And so is World of Warcraft. So I'm kind of hoping that I can be heard okay. There we go. I may try to play some of this tomorrow morning. Usually I stream at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time. I would have thought there would have been more people now around this time, 7 p.m. later on in the day, but it could be the game as well. And that's perfectly fine. But there is definitely a drastic difference, though, between one viewer in World of Warcraft and having like 20 people watching your other streams. Because, like any game, right, World of Warcraft is not for everyone. There we go. Even the herbs and the mines and the stuff that you get for your professions, they glow. All things that didn't do that before, where you had to actually pay attention, right? So those are all like what people would call quality of life improvements, but it definitely makes the game a lot easier.
Mainlander, eh?
And I'm not gonna lie, I appreciate those quality of life improvements. Especially like someone like me that doesn't have a lot of time. I have a couple of hours a day to live stream or just record and just kind of talk non-stop. That's just kind of what I do. Some people will find it crazy, but, you know, can't make everybody happy, right? Just like with Jacksepticeye, I always joke around and go, I'm sure the guy's an amazing person. But that doesn't stop it from him being someone that, no offense, drives me crazy. It's too hyper. And then he slaps himself and there's a weird intro every video. It's just kind of, you know, to each their own. The best comment I ever got was, "Thank you for not being an overly enthusiastic millennial." And I'm like, nope, I am no millennial. I'm Generation X, baby. I am 40 freaking years old. I mean, I do get hyper sometimes if I get excited. Like today in Generation Zero, I got like the 2 shotguns I wanted, gold, special. And I got my SMG in gold. And I was all like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. And I was all like, you know, excited. But then that wore off, right? Some people are on that high, like the entire stream. And I'm like, how do you do it? But they get thousands of people watching them. Like Asmongold gets a little bit too much, I find. I'm like, I can't stand watching him. But who am I to talk, right? I got 1 person in my stream. I wouldn't call this my first successful World of Warcraft live stream, but you know what? I'm having fun. And I think that's the most important thing, like I said. People will be able to tell if you're just doing this, treating it like it's a job, because you're trying to get paid, or if you're doing it because you actually enjoy it. I think I'm talking to myself. I think it's because I'm not using the beta version of live streaming. I'm actually using the
You mind your business.
the normal version, but they still show you how many people are watching. But in the beta one, every time I stream, it says 1 person watching. I'm like, concurrent person at that. And I'm like, no, I think it's counting me as one of my own viewers. And I'm like, that doesn't count. But I've also had it showing 0 for watching, so that's why person, if you're there, like I said, you don't have to say anything, but I was legitimately just curious if my voice was not loud enough.
Hail, traveller. Fair winds
Are you
and
quite
following
finished?
seas.
I'm becoming impatient.
Oh, silence.
Can't you see I'm busy? On with the execution. A trial, finally!
Yeah, so
The
it's been
trial
40
can
minutes.
commence.
As is customary, the Lady Waycrest has chosen the tests she will undergo to prove her innocence.
I will end it
of
after
the
this, I
accused
think.
crime
I do have
of
to get going. It's a
witchcraft.
7:15.
She has selected this mainlander.
I'm sure
to
the one person
administer
watching,
the
if there's even a
tests.
person
An
in here, won't
unusual
mind.
choice, but as a show of good faith, I will allow it. The first test will be the shedding of tears. Let it be known that Miss Waycrest shed not one tear during this entire process. Is the accused even capable of weeping? Show us, that we may pass our judgment.
There
Go
we
ahead,
go.
Mainlander. Show them.
What am I supposed to do here? She was supposed to be hung for
She's
witchcraft.
crying. Witches can't do that, can they?
Calm down.
Oh, because I cut
calm
onions.
down.
That's funny.
There may still be trickery
So this race,
afoot.
Kultiran, is
We
actually what I'm
will
trying to unlock.
continue with the trial.
This is the playable race, by the way.
The second test will be the
If you care.
stinging of insects. It is well known that even the voracious bloodfly will not taste of a witch's vile blood. Release the flies, then watch as they scatter from her bewitching
Alright,
flesh.
speed it up there, Johnny. I got things to do.
Ow! Oh! Oh! That stings.
The bugs don't seem to be avoiding her. If anything, they're biting more than usual.
Interesting, but hardly conclusive. Let us move on to the final test, the purging of the viscera. It is well known that a witch's power is fueled not by food, but by consuming the souls of her victims.
Oh,
her
hurry up.
insides are an empty husk.
Or I'll poke this dagger
Are
and cut the
you
rest of your hair
prepared
off.
to prove otherwise, Miss Waycrest?
Indeed, I shall. The venom, Mainlander.
Here we go.
Oh, I don't feel so.
She got
Oof.
sick! That's impossible! Maybe
Yuck.
she's not a witch after all. But what of our village?
Quiet! I will be the one passing judgment here. I remain unconvinced.
Ah.
This still does not explain
I
the
should
happening
just swipe
at
you with
Fletcher's
my
Hollow.
paw.
What? After all I just went through?
Tests
Unreal,
or
eh?
no, you will only be absolved once we uncover the truth of what happened to our village.
Well, we'll see what happens
Oh,
after this.
I'm sorry, Mainlander, but I may have to ask another favor.
No, 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 there's
can I
not going
help?
to be another one. I could tell you that. See, these are all quest items, but it's just about doing it for the sake of the
Glory
story
to
and the
House
achievement.
Waycrest.
See, achievement in progress? I need to finish all these storylines in this area in order to actually unlock this character that looks like this, called the Kultiran race. So I'm actually literally just going to log out right here, and that'll be the end of that. And I shall be back as usual tomorrow. So thanks for stopping by, and I shall see you all tomorrow. Have a good night now.